reading the words beside the words. I kept reading what the page was never meant to say. The book had a wine-red cover, soft at every corner, a library stamp inside, half hidden by a torn label. The title had faded where too many thumbs had held it, and the first loose page made a dry sound when I turned on page 11. One sentence carried 3 lines, pencil pressed beneath it, then pressed beneath again. In the narrow outer margin, someone had written, "Really?" One word with a question mark, dark enough to dent the paper. I read the sentence once, then read the note 5 times. The author kept moving forward. I stayed beside the edge. I kept reading the words beside the words. The book said one thing, the margin said another. I kept reading the words beside the words until one question became the whole page. The reading room was nearly empty. One coat hung across a chair, a radiator clicked behind the history shelves. The lamp made a yellow circle large enough for both my hands. Everything beyond the table fell away from view. I tried to guess the voice inside the word, "Really?" Dry amusement, anger, disbelief, a private joke. The pressure looked impatient, but the final letter leaned as if the hand had softened before lifting from the page. No date, no initial, no arrow to the paragraph, only graphite in the margin and a sentence underneath. I followed the dent without touching the mark, a little trench in paper left by someone thinking hard. Printed line, pencil line, question at the side. One voice bound, one voice found, neither one replied. Further in of the notes appeared a small yes beside a doorway. Too easy near a death. One bracket around 6 lines with nothing written next to it. A star above a paragraph that seemed ordinary to me. I began to read the markings before reading what they marked, looking first for interruptions, then returning to the text. The book became 2 books, one printed, one unfinished, and I gave the second reader more intention than they left. Maybe, really? Mess false, maybe it meant this is exactly how it happened. Maybe the note belonged to someone younger than I pictured. Maybe it was copied from a teacher in a room. Every answer changed, the wrist, the age, the chair, the season. The only thing that stayed was one word beside the line. I kept reading the words beside the words. The book said one thing, the margin said another. Beside the words until one question became the whole page. Near the center, a paragraph was underlined so lightly that the graphite almost vanished in the grain below. Someone started a sentence with "I thought," then rubbed it with an eraser till the paper turned pale. 3 letters still remained, oh, maybe only fibers. I tilted the book toward the lamp and changed the angle twice. The erased space looked brighter than everything around it, a pale place in the margin where a thought had been removed. I wanted the missing words more than the printed chapter, wanted evidence of why the sentence had been stopped, but the page gave no permission. It only held the pressure of beginning, a dash, and paper made too thin. A margin is a narrow place for everything we add. Too small for proof, too wide for silence, enough to make a mad. I followed every pencil mark beyond what it could show. The hand had left one question. I supplied the person whole. I kept reading the words beside the words. The book said one thing, the margin said another. I kept reading the words beside the words until the empty spaces sounded louder than the print. I kept reading the words beside the words. One line underlined, one question in the side. Nothing there could tell me who had held the book before. Still I turned the page looking for their hand. The radiator clicked again. A chair moved near the desk. Someone closed the book and carried it away. I placed my finger beside the word really, not over it, not touching, only close enough to compare. My hand looked different under the same yellow lamp, different nails. Page 47 won't lie flat. Page 47 keeps lifting from the stack. The corner had been folded, then folded once again. A white triangle inside a softer triangle of gray. The crease ran through a sentence about a room with no windows. Nothing famous, nothing final, nothing I would have saved. I pressed the page down and it rose beneath my hand. The paper had remembered where somebody made it bend. Page 47 won't lie flat, no matter how I hold it. Page 47 won't lie flat. It keeps returning to the mark. I read the sentence slowly, then the paragraph before. A chair, a lamp, a closed door, a person waiting in a hall. No warning in the language, no secret hidden there. Still the folded edge came back exactly through that line. Maybe they stopped reading with one finger on the page. Maybe the bus had reached their stop. Maybe someone called their name. Maybe they meant to return and chose the nearest corner. Or maybe this was the sentence they could not leave unmarked. Fold down, press flat, let go, it comes back. One line, one crease, one page that will not keep still. The paper looked darker along the oldest bend. A trace of skin oil shone near the upper edge. I held it toward the lamp and saw two separate folds. The first one made in haste, the second pressed with care. I tried to match the angles to the shape of someone's thumb, tried to guess which hand had held it and how long they had paused. The book gave me fibers, pressure, dust and light. page did not provide. Page 47 won't lie flat, no matter how I hold it. Page 47 won't lie flat, keeps returning to the mark. Placed another book on top and waded through one chapter. When I lifted off the weight, the corner rose again. Not high, not dramatic, only enough to catch the light. A little white refusal in the middle of the page. I could've left it folded, could've closed the cover, could've moved to page 48 and let the line go. Instead I pressed it once more, read the sentence once more, then watch the crease return, as if returning were the point. Page 47 won't lie flat, the fold keeps choosing where to stay. Page 47 won't lie flat, and I keep reading anyway. Page 47 won't lie flat, no answer in the paper. Page 47 won't lie flat, only one bend through one ordinary sentence. Back closed. Two kinds of handwriting, arguing in the same book. Two kinds of handwriting, one page, two different hands. The first note leaned lightly along the outer margin, pencil thin as dust, letters small and almost round. It said, "Not always," beside a line about forgiveness, then stopped before the edge, as if the hand had changed its mind. 3 pages later, blue ink cut through the paper, heavy downward strokes, the words pressed into the next leaf. It answered, "You missed the point," with no name and no date. I traced the dent beneath it and imagined someone waiting. Two kinds of handwriting, arguing in the same book. One speaks softly, one presses through. Two kinds of handwriting, never meeting on the page. Still I hear them answering each other. The pencil like the corners, short notes near the binding, a question by a doorway, a star beside a pause. The blue and crossed whole sentences drew arrows through the chapter. Circled one word twice, then wrote "no" across the top. I began to sort them like two people in a room, one careful with the silence, one unable to let go. The pencil seemed younger until it used an older phrase. The blue ink seemed impatient until it wrote "maybe." You read too much into this. You did too. That isn't what it means. Then why did you mark it? Because I wanted to remember. Remember what? The page did not answer. Pencil at the edge, blue ink through the line. Two hands in one book, or one hand changing over time. I checked the letter A in every note I found. The pencil left it open, the blue ink closed the top. But once on page 83, the forms became identical. Same crooked lower loop, same tail beneath the Y. Maybe there were never two, maybe one reader changed pens, changed pressure, changed posture, changed what they needed from the book. Maybe years sat between them, maybe only half an hour. Maybe the same hand argued with what it had written first. The thought made every note less certain, and before the voices I had separated moved back into unrest, I looked for proof in spacing and slant and faded color. The page kept every mark and none of my conclusions. Two kinds of handwriting arguing in the same book. One speaks softly, one presses through. Two kinds of handwriting never meeting on the page. Still I hear them answering each other. Near the final chapters, the pencil almost vanished. Only faint half sentences between the printed lines. The blue ink grew calmer, smaller, farther from the text. No arrows, no corrections, only dates without a year. On one page both appeared beside the same paragraph. Pencil wrote too simple, blue ink wrote or true. The words sat 3 inches apart with nothing drawn between them. No reply, no crossed off phrase, no evidence they had been seen. I read the paragraph again, then both notes in reverse are true. Too simple, the argument changed direction. I could make either voice begin or end the thought. The order lived in my reading, not inside the book. Two kinds of handwriting arguing in the same book. One speaks softly, one presses through. Two kinds of handwriting, or one hand split in two. I kept hearing a conversation the page never promised me. I closed the cover halfway and looked along the paper edge. Pencil gray, blue ink, printed black between 3 ways of leaving language where another person might find it. Two kinds of handwriting arguing in the same book. I could not prove there were two. I listened anyway. The ending is there. I just can't read through the stain. The ending is there, broken by a ring of coffee. The cup had rested near the bottom of the page, a brown circle crossing the final printed lines. Darker on the left side, faded where the paper dried. One word disappeared inside the oldest part. I tilted the book toward the reading lamp. The stain turned amber, then almost black. 3 words stayed clear. She closed the after that only paper softened into color. The ending is there. I just can't read through the stain. The ending is there, but the sentence will not open. page before it, looking for the missing shape. A hallway winter, one last visit, someone standing near a door. The chapter had been careful not to promise what came next. Then coffee covered the only line that knew. Under the outer ring, a letter rose halfway. Could have been an R, could have been a K. I made 3 endings from the space it left. Each one fit the grammar, none of them fit the page. Brown circle, broken line, half a word left behind. Read around it, read again. The ending is there, inside the stain. The note in the margin did not help. Only one small mark, a pencil dash beside the ring. Maybe someone spilled the cup and kept reading anyway. Maybe the stain arrived later, after the book had changed hands. I pressed no cloth against it, added no water. The paper had already learned the shape. Some damage becomes part of how a sentence lives, even when it hides what the sentence meant. The ending is there, I just can't read through the stain. The ending is there, and I keep finishing it wrong. The chapter backward, paragraph by paragraph, trying to make the missing words unnecessary. The door was still open, the coat remained on the chair. One person had turned away, or maybe turned back. Every version changed what came before. A goodbye made the silence cruel, a return made it patient. A death made every object heavy. A joke made the whole scene small. The stain gave me freedom I did not want. Too many endings where one had been. The ending is there, I just can't read through the stain. The ending is there, but not for me to repair. The ending is there, under coffee, dust and time. I closed the book before I chose another line. The ring stayed on the paper, complete where the words were not. A circle with no answer around the end of the chapter. I left the page as I found it, half hidden, half intact. The ending is there, I let the stain keep it. You underlined the wrong sentence, or maybe I read the wrong book. You underlined the wrong sentence and left the right one untouched. The line sat near the bottom of a page about regret. Not the sharpest sentence there, not the one I would have chosen. Still the pencil dug beneath it once, then once again. Two hard strokes under words that barely changed the chapter. I read the paragraph above, then the paragraph below. Looked for why your hand had stopped exactly where it did. The sentence said that memory becomes kinder when repeated. I wrote no beside the margin, then erased it with my thumb. The graphite smeared but did not disappear. My answer stayed as weather over something you had marked. You underlined the wrong sentence, or maybe I read the wrong book. You underlined the wrong sentence, and I kept arguing with the proof. 3 pages earlier, a line about leaving had no mark at all. No bracket, star, or question. A sentence about silence passed clean beneath your hand. Wow, this softer little thought was pressed into the page. I turned back and compared them. The untouched line felt louder because you had ignored it, or because I wanted you to care. I began to read your choices as if absence had a meaning, as if every blank margin was a door you chose to close. I wrote, this one matters, near the sentence you had missed. The letters leaned too far and crowded into print. I crossed them out, then circled the line, then hated how the circle made my answer look certain. Your pencil, my pencil, same narrow side. One line chosen, one denied. Printed words, graphite fight, wrong sentence, wrong book, wrong night. The reading room stayed quiet while I built a case against you. A car moved near the shelves, a lamp buzzed once above the woman at the desk. Stamp 3, return. Somebody coughed behind geography, and I kept turning back. Maybe you underlined it because it made you laugh. Maybe it was homework, maybe someone told you to. Maybe the words were not important, only where the page lay open when a train arrived, or a voice called from the hall. Maybe the sentence mattered for 1 hour, then stopped. Maybe you changed your mind before the pencil left your hand. I gave you motives, then removed them. Gave you age, then gave you doubt. The book stayed still while I revised the person out. You underlined the wrong sentence, or maybe I read the wrong book. You underlined the wrong sentence, and I kept arguing with the proof. Near the binding, a second note appeared, different pressure, same small hook inside the G. It said, too easy. Beside a sentence about blame, the words were darker, but the shape belonged to you. I felt relief, as if one repeated letter had confirmed the reader I had already made. Then I noticed the blue ink on page 83, the same crooked G inside a different hand. The proof opened, then folded in. The person split, then merged again. I no longer knew which marks were yours, or whether yours had ever meant one person. Still I kept the argument, because it fit the night. You chose the wrong sentence, I chose you from the marks. I reached the chapter ending and found a paragraph. No underline, no note, no pressure in the paper, just clean print from margin to margin. The first untouched page in nearly 30 leaves. I read it once, then twice, then slower, trying to discover why no hand had interrupted, why no pencil came between. The paragraph described a door left open during winter, cold moving room to room without anyone deciding. I waited for your answer where no answer had been written. The before the graphite made the silence mine. You underlined the wrong sentence, or maybe I read the wrong book. You underlined the wrong sentence and left the right one untouched. You underlined the wrong sentence, or maybe there was nothing wrong, only one hand making the mark and another reading too long. I rubbed away my no until the page turned pale. The gray shadow stayed behind where the answer had begun, yet two lines remained hard beneath the printed words. Mine became a softened blur, too light to count as proof. I closed the cover, then opened it again, page by page, looking first at the margins. You underlined the wrong sentence, or maybe I read the wrong book. The book did not correct me, so I kept reading. Three words crossed out, harder than they were written. Three words crossed out till the paper nearly tore. The note began in pencil, halfway down the outer margin. A sentence no longer visible, except for three dark bars. The first line ran upward, the second pressed straight through, the third cut deeper, where the hand had changed direction. I held the page sideways under the lamp. Graphite caught the light around the edges of the damage. One curve remained at the start of the first word. Maybe an S, maybe only torn paper. Three words crossed out, harder than they were written. Three words crossed out, and the page kept the pressure. I counted the spaces between each broken shape. The first word looked short, the second longer than the third. A tall letter stood near the center of the line. One small tail survived, where the eraser never reached. I tried to rebuild them by width, rhythm, and habit. This was never you should have. I still think each version fitted, until I read it twice. The marks grew less like language the longer I looked. Only graphite, paper fibers, and a hand that wanted distance. Short word, long word, three cuts, one dent, pencil dust, paper raised, meaning removed, precious stayed. A faint note sat below it, written in the same light hand. Only the word no, then a line beneath. Was it an answer to what had been erased, or a correction to the printed paragraph? I follow the indentation into the next page. Three shallow shadows without graphite of their own. The crossed out words had pressed themselves forward, even after someone tried to make them disappear. Near the binding, a crumb of eraser remained gray at one end, white where it had split. I touched it with the pencil tip and moved it from the crease. A piece of the correction still caught inside the book. I placed my pencil above the damaged line, not to copy it, only to test the scale. My letters came out smaller, my pressure much too soft. The comparison proved nothing, except that my hand was mine. I rubbed my test away before I joined the book. The eraser left a pale cloud near the top of the page for 1 second. My mark and theirs looked related. 2 attempts at removal made years apart. The page had become thinner where both of us had worked. There are 3 words underneath my harmless test above. Nothing in the printed chapter needed either one. Still the margin carried every pressure we applied. 3 words crossed out, harder than they were written. 3 words crossed out, till the paper nearly tore. 3 words crossed out, no sentence left to recover. Only one hand pressing down and another reading after. I closed the book carefully so the weakened page would hold. The words stayed gone. The pressure did not. 3 words crossed out, harder than they were written. I stopped trying to restore them and remembered where they were. Every date is proof that someone held this before me. Every date is proof pressed into the back of the book. A paper pocket waited inside the wine-red cover. Its glue had turned the color of old tea near the edge. The borrower card was soft where fingers had pulled it free. Blue lines, faded columns, and a stamp beside each date. No full names, only initials, M.R., then J.T. A number crossed out once, another written underneath. The oldest mark had blurred into a violet square. I counted 14 returns before the ink changed colors. 6 in black, 3 in blue, 2 almost gone. Each date held one small fact. The book had left the shelf and found its way back. Every date is proof that someone held this before me. Every date is proof, a hand, a room, a little time. Every date is proof, but never enough to know them. The card keeps all the borrowing and none of what was found. One stamp read April 1987. I pictured a student in a coat too large, reading near a station with a book inside a bag. Then one June in the early 90s, initials pressed hard. I gave them a kitchen table, a fan turning in the heat. October 2000, a number without letters. I placed the book in a waiting room because the date looked tired. I knew I was inventing, still I kept arranging rooms. One for every borrowed week, one life behind each stamp. The card did not resist me, it only stayed flat while I built whole evenings from ink smaller than my thumb. Black stamp, blue stamp, initials in a row, taken out, brought back. Where did the reader go? 1 week, 3 by 10, the book returned, the card remained ready to leave again. A red pencil note near the lower corner said renewed, then nothing more. One borrower held the book longer than the others, 42 days. Across 2 crossed out dates, I checked the pages for a change in handwriting. Tried to match the long loan to the deepest pencil marks. Maybe that reader wrote, really? Maybe they folded page 47. Maybe the coffee ring belonged to someone else. The evidence overlapped but never lined up clean. Different hands could share a page. One hand could change with age. A stamp could mark the borrower, but not the note they left. The more I tried to join them, the less the book agreed. Every date is proof that someone held this before me. Every date is proof. A hand, a room, a little time. Every date is proof, but never enough to know them. The card keeps all the borrowing and none of what was found. Were newer, printed by a different machine. No ink pressed through the paper, only numbers in clean black type. The initials disappeared, replaced by barcodes. One date from 12 years ago had a line drawn through it, return stamp sideways across the empty column. The book had come back late, or almost not at all. I held that crooked word closer to the lamp. No reason for delay, a holiday, a move across town. Still the sideways stamp looked like a rescue, because I wanted one. Inside the pocket, a strip of paper had torn loose. Dust gathered where it rested for years against the glue. A rectangle left behind by something repeatedly removed. I slid the card out halfway, then returned it to the pocket. The motion felt rehearsed by hands I could not count. Thumb at the lower corner, finger behind the edge, pull, read, replace, then close the cover. For the first time I understood the marks did not point to one reader waiting to be discovered. They belonged to many pauses, many rooms, and many needs. The book had carried people without keeping them together. Every date is proof that someone held this before me. Every date is proof, but not a life I get to finish. Every day is proof the book was never only theirs. The card keeps all the borrowing and lets the readers disappear. Every date is proof. A hand removed the book, a hand returned it, a hand wrote nothing at all. The card does not explain what stayed with anyone. It only shows the book came back and left again. I placed the card inside the pocket, smoothed the lifted corner with one finger. The newest date was blank, waiting beneath the others. I could write my initials at one more narrow line, but the machine at the desk would record me somewhere else. So 8 old cards laid complete without my hand. 14 returns, faded stamps, initials I would never know. No full names, only initials, MR and JT. A number crossed out once, another written underneath. The oldest mark had blurred into a violet square. I counted 14 returns before the ink changed color. 6 and sits clean between the marks. The page was crowded before I reached the middle. Pencil under every thought, brackets near the binding. A question beside one sentence, 2 stars beside another. Blue ink crossed a paragraph and wrote too easy in the side. Then one line appeared with nothing around it, no underline, no circle, no pressure in the paper. Just 12 printed words standing clean inside the noise. The only sentence your hand had chosen not to touch. The only line you left alone is the one I can't stop reading. The only line you left alone keeps pulling me back. It said a room can change without anything being moved. A chair stays near the window, a coat stays on the hook. But once one person leaves, every object takes a different place. Simple enough, almost forgettable, the kind of sentence I might have passed if every line around it had not been marked so hard. I looked for a faint erasure, a dent without graphite, a thumbprint in the margin, anything to show you had paused there and decided against the pencil. The paper stayed smooth, the lamp found nothing, the line and no answer beside it. Marked above, marked below, one clean line I cannot let go. Pencil there, blue ink here, one sentence nobody touched. Maybe you agreed too much to underline it. Maybe you hated it and left it without reply. Maybe the thought was obvious. Maybe it was the one place you forgot you were holding a pencil. I gave each absence a different intention. Silence as approval, silence as refusal, silence as the moment someone called your name. The line remained the same through every version, 12 printed words, no hand beside them. The less it offered, the more I placed inside. The only line you left alone is the one I can't stop reading. The only line you left alone keeps pulling me back. I turned the page, then turned it back. Read the chapter forward, then from the end. The sentence changed depending on what came before, but the blank margin changed more. Near the top you had written yes, beside a line about distance. Near the bottom you had drawn an arrow toward a paragraph on memory. The untouched sentence stood between your agreements and corrections. I almost underlined it just to make the page consistent. Pencil ready, ruler edge beneath the words. One line would have joined it to the rest of the book. One mark would have ended what I thought the absence meant. I I disagreed. A mark can say I wanted to return, but no mark leaves too much room, and the mind will furnish it. The reading room dimmed when one lamp switched off. A chair scraped near the desk. A return cart crossed the floor. I kept one hand on the open page, as if the sentence might move when the room grew dark. The page carried so many signs of attention: pressed corners, crossed phrases, a coffee stain at the edge. Yet the cleanest line held me longest, not because it was the best, not because it was true, because nothing stood beside it to tell me how to read. The only line you left alone is the one I can't stop reading. The only line you left alone sits louder than the marks. The only line you left alone may not mean anything. The only line you left alone still keeps pulling me back. I closed the book with the pencil outside it. No underline, no answer, no new hand in the margin. When I opened it again, the sentence stayed clean. 12 printed words surrounded by evidence and untouched. The only line you left alone is the one I can't stop reading. I left it alone too. I wrote in pencil, so I could still deny it. I wrote in pencil, light enough to disappear. The page waited open beside the reading lamp. One blank margin after all the borrowed marks. I held the pencil loosely near the sentence left alone. Touched the point to paper, then lifted it again. The first line came out small. Maybe this is enough. I read it once and hated how it sounded. Too certain for the page, too close to something final. I turned the pencil over and rubbed until it blurred. The radiator clicked, a cart moved past the aisle. No one looked toward my table, no one knew I had begun. I wrote in pencil, so I could still deny it. I wrote in pencil, so the page could give it back. A gray shadow remained where the sentence had been. Not words anymore, only pressure in the grain. I wrote a second line. You made too much of this, then stopped at much and crossed the whole thing out. The eraser left crumbs near the lower edge. I gathered them with one finger and lost one in the binding. The page looked cleaner but not untouched. My hand had entered even through removal. Right, erase, start the page, turn it back. Soft line, pale trace, one thought trying not to stay. I tried one final sentence without looking at the notes. I was here too. 4 words, no question mark. The letters leaned slightly toward the printed text. My wire fell below the margin. My tea pressed through too hard. I nearly erased it, then held the rubber still. The line did not explain me. It did not answer anyone. It only added one more hand to a book already full. I read it beside, really? Beside too easy? Beside the 3 words scratched out almost clean. Mine looked less important and more difficult to remove. I wrote in pencil, so I could still deny it. I wrote in pencil and left the mark there anyway. I wrote in pencil, not for the reader before me. I wrote in pencil for whoever opens next. I closed the book with the pencil beside it, opened it once more to check the line had stayed. I was here too small in the margin. No date, no name, no proof beyond the hand. I wrote in pencil, so I could still deny it, then return the pencil and left the words behind. The book goes back, carrying one more hand. The book goes back before the doors unlock. The street outside the library was still mostly empty. Metal shutters down, bus shelters holding cold light. The return slot waited in the brick beside the entrance, a narrow black opening with scratches around the frame. I carried the wine red book under one arm, my pencil line inside it. Somewhere near the final chapters I was here too. 4 words without a name, small enough to miss, permanent enough to travel. The book goes back, carrying one more hand. The book goes back with every margin still open. The book goes back before the building wakes. One more line inside it for someone else to misread. I stood beneath the security lamp and opened the cover once more. Borrow a card in the back, faded dates inside the pocket. Page 47, still lifting at the corner. The coffee ring still hide in the end. The blue ink argued with the pale pencil. 3 words stayed crossed out harder than they were written. The untouched sentence waited clean between the marks. Nothing had changed except one narrow line from me. I read my words again and nearly rubbed them out. They looked more certain outside the reading room. Under white exterior light, my handwriting seemed unfamiliar, as if another reader had already left it there. No name, no date, 4 words too late. Cover closed, spine worn, one more hand being carried on. The slot had a rubber edge to keep the rain from entering. I pressed the book against it and felt the flap resist for 1 second. The cover stayed in my hands, half outside, half inside. I could still take it back, return tomorrow at the desk, keep the line private. inside a drawer at home. But the book had never belonged to one person long enough. Every mark was temporary, even when the paper kept it. I pushed once more, the weight moved forward, pages whispered together. Then the cover slipped away, a soft drop behind the wall. Wood, metal, paper, and the sound of something no longer mine to edit. The book goes back, carrying one more hand. The book goes back, with every margin still open. The book goes back, before the building wakes. One more line inside it, for someone else to misread. Behind the slot there would be a padded card, or only a wooden box I could not see. By opening time, someone would sort the return, scan the barcode, check the cover for damage. They might notice the coffee stain, the folded page, the weak paper where words were erased. They might not notice mine. 4 small words near an unmarked sentence, no reason to record them, no box on the form. The book would cross the desk, return to its shelf, wait between 2 other titles with cleaner pages. Someone might borrow it for the printed story and discover the margins later. They might think the pencil belonged to one reader, might connect my line to really, might decide the blue ink was answering me. The same mistake I had made for hours. The book goes back, carrying one more hand. The book goes back, with every margin still open. The book goes back, before the doors unlock. One more line inside it, no explanation at the end. The book goes back, carrying one more hand. Not the truth, not a confession, only 4 words in pencil, waiting beside the print. I kept my palm against the closed return slot. The metal felt cold, the book had already fallen. Nothing came back through, no page, no answer, no chance to change the line. Security lamp clicked off when I stepped beyond its circle. The entrance stayed locked, the shelves remained inside. I walked away without seeing where the book landed. The book goes back, carrying one more hand. Somewhere behind the wall, I was here too, waited for opening.